Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than a lot of my other videos in that this all kind of precipitated from an envelope that I got in the mail the other day. Now, here's the envelope, and you can see, it's handwritten envelope, but in it came several different items. One was a self-addressed stamped envelope, and it's a cardboard envelope, so they're obviously what do they want me to send back? And it also included this little 5x5 Strathmore piece of like watercolor paper. Very, 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 very flimsy, very fine. And basically what they're wanting me to do, now this came from a museum in Santa Barbara, California called the Westmont Ridley-Tree Museum of Art. And what they're doing is doing a fundraiser. And the fundraiser, if I can read this to you, or I'll give you the abbreviated version of it, if you will. This fundraiser will take place in December, and they're wanting to sell off all these 5x5 pieces of art. And so they're targeting international and national artists. And obviously I'm not a regional artist. I'm not from Santa Barbara, California. I am from Kingsport, Tennessee, about as far away from any coast as you can imagine. So I thought, this is going to be kind of a fun opportunity because I'll get to do coastal, something Santa Barbara-y. But of course I am primarily an animal artist. I do wildlife and conservation type projects. So I'm thinking, okay, what species of wildlife can I do that I haven't done that's kind of indigenous to Santa Barbara, California? And immediately the sea lion came to mind. And I thought, okay, now here's the challenge. I thought, perfect. This is a great, great event. So of course I want to be a part of it. So I'm taking you along with me on this project, and you'll get to see how I'm going to take this itty bitty piece of paper and try to make it something that folks would want to purchase, because the purchase of this will go to arts programming. And again, I'm going to leave the link to this particular art museum so that maybe you want to make a bid on one of these pieces of art. And it would be awesome if you bid on mine. Remember, bid off and bid high. But this auction won't take place until December, and it will go online. But it's the Westmont Ridley-Tree Museum of Art in Santa Barbara, California. So yeah, let's jump in and see if we can't paint some sea lions on this. And again, I'm so glad you're here. And if you are my subscribers and you took the time to actually subscribe, I thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. And if you're one of my people that like to watch but haven't yet subscribed, do it today. Be a subscriber. Not so hard. Hit that little button. Done deal, right? And if you like this sort of thing and you want to see a more in-depth video, perhaps you might want to check out my Patreon page. So without further ado, let's go ahead and make some sea lions. Okay, well, sometimes when I'm doing a piece like this, it starts out as a sketch. Just me, here I am, working at home, just coming up with the concept of the composition that I want to do. I'm not doing anything in detail. I'm just trying to get my head around the fact that this piece is only 5 inches. So I got to keep the composition somewhat simple, and I want it to look good online so that folks will want to buy it. And so as soon as I work on the sketch and work out the composition, I'll take it to the studio. I'll be at the studio and I will start my sketch there, and away we go. Hey guys, so I gotta have a pencil. I'm using just a little, it's just a little 0.07 2H lead pencil, and my handy dandy kneadable eraser, which can be formed into all kinds of shapes. I like kneadable erasers because if I need to get into just erase a little tiny area, I can make a point like this and erase. And the other thing is it generally doesn't leave a lot of marks on the paper. So okay, so I've got to come up with a kind of a composition, and I know I'm going to have a horizon line. Yes, I have to have that horizon line there, and because I wanted to just switch this over to time-lapse, I didn't want to bore you with me trying to sketch here, but basically I'm just redoing what you saw me do when I was at home, sitting on my couch. I was going with that same basic composition, and I really liked it. So this is what I'm going with. Okay, now I've got a sketch. Believe me, I struggled with this sketch. I just put the main little characters here, and I may put a little bit of representational sea lions laying around because they do lay around in large groups, but my composition was getting way too complicated and I didn't want that for this tiny 5x5. So I wanted to go over the palette a little bit. I basically grouped my colors based on the subject. I kind of have my sea colors over here, and here I have, this is Gamblin's, ooh, what is that? That is Gamblin's Cobalt Teal. I have Ultramarine Blue, and I have King's Blue, of course Titanium White. I have Raw Umber. Now I have a bunch of seal colors. Now seals can range anywhere from, I like them because the sea lions have a lot of yellow ochres, and here you can see a lot of these yellow ochres here, and Phoebe's all about yellow ochre. So I just have regular yellow ochre. I have Indian yellow. I have Michael Harding's French yellow ochre. I have burnt sienna deep. I have, now this is a really interesting color. It's called Caput Mortem, which I really do like, and it's Sennelier's brand, and this color I purchased because I had a dog portrait that was Boykin Spaniels, and Boykin Spaniels have this beautiful rich liver color. And so I will obviously go back and get me some more of this particular color because I use it quite a bit. But this is Caput Mortem. I have Diazanine Purple, I have Mars Black, and I have a violet cobalt here. So, or I say that, yeah, cobalt violet hue. So that's our palette, folks. And I want to try to keep the background pretty simple, and I don't want to get it too splashy and colorful simply because this right here is going to be very dark. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on in this area, and I'm trying to keep the composition, you know, consistent. I don't want to get it like a big old explosion of color, so I'm going to keep the background quite simple. So here we go, guys. Okay, I'm just going to start off by just mixing a kind of a purpley gray color to do my background. So basically that will be the base color for my background, which will include sky and ocean. Since I do have so much yellow ochre that's going into the actual sea lions, I love playing complementary colors off of each other. So here we go, the whole classic yellow and purple mode here, but you'll see, this will slowly become the ocean and sky, and it'll all come together. But I'm just gonna let this play out and let you watch. Okay, so, and here it is, it's like 5 o'clock and it's like time to go home, right? So it took me every bit of the day, and here we have our little sea lions on a rock in Santa Barbara, right? I like how it turned out. I will say that I am not crazy about painting on paper for an oil painting, but it's not coming through. So that's a good sign. That's, you know, it's gonna be okay. I really do like how it turned out. You know, this is an animal species that I've never painted before. I've never been asked to paint sea lions. I have painted manatees before for another fundraising event, but this was the first time for sea lions, and I really did enjoy it. And again, remember, this is a donation that will be presented online in an auction for the Westmont Ridley-Tree Museum of Art, and it's what they call their 5x5 celebrating 10 years. And the fundraising, all the funds that they're gonna get from the sale at this auction of all these little 5x5s will go to benefit arts programming. So again, something that is always cut on any budget. It's like the first thing to go. So this is a really good cause, and I would love it if you would support it. So I will leave the link to the Westmont Ridley-Tree Museum of Art and this event in the description below, and you can check it out. And remember that the dates are December 3rd through the 18th. So, you know, put that in your phone, write it on your calendar, whatever, so you can go ahead and check it out when that is available. And yeah, it all goes to a good cause, and I hope that you can support it. So again, thanks so much for joining me today. And if you are my subscribers, thank you so much. And if you're not my subscriber, you know, you're watching. I know you're watching, so go ahead and subscribe. It's not that hard. And I really do appreciate you being here. If you like this sort of thing and you want to see, especially like this particular video in real time, and you'll get to hear me, all my weird descriptions and stuff going on in my head while I paint, maybe you don't want to go there. But if you do, check out my Patreon page and you'll get to see all that kind of fun stuff too. The real-time, full-length video of me painting sea lions, and so many other videos too. So thanks again for checking me out and being here, and until next time, I'll see ya. Bye.